Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Monday, March 1st, at 3:25 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, by Zeno Reader. There are 657 headlines from 108 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. 6-year-old boy was killed, thrown into the Ohio River, police say. His mom is charged with murder. New test results show what many feared: NC students aren't doing well during pandemic. Radar images capture new Antarctic mega iceberg. Huawei daughter back in Canada court in U.S. extradition case. Goya Foods CEO said Trump is the still actual president and doubled down on false election claims at CPAC. Former French President Sarkozy was found guilty of corruption, but he probably won't spend a day behind bars. European Commission raises hopes of coronavirus vaccine passports to ease travel for work and tourism. The new Chapo, an inside look at the hunt for El Mencho, Mexico's bloodiest drug lord. Pakistani court grants bail to Christian in blasphemy case. Report: U.S. wasted billions in war-torn Afghanistan. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. Nicolas Sarkozy, former French president, convicted of corruption, NPR. Several women claim Atlanta rapper T.I., wife Tamika Harris sexually assaulted them, lawyer says, WSB Atlanta. Stock market news live updates. Stocks rise as yields pair gains. J&J vaccine receives authorization. Yahoo Finance. Taylor Swift rips Netflix show for horse as sexist joke. TMZ. News: Washington expected to part ways with QB Alex Smith. NFL.com. UK hunts for person infected with COVID-19 variant first identified in Brazil. CNN. Cuomo battles growing bipartisan firestorm over sexual harassment allegations amid looming probe. Fox News. Nomadland and Borat subsequent movie film lead the 2021 Golden Globes winners. Vulture. Texas electricity firm files for bankruptcy citing $1.8 billion grid operator bill. HuffPost. Myanmar: Aung San Suu Kyi appears in court to face fresh charges. BBC News. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. Taylor Swift slams Netflix, Ginny in Georgia for deeply sexist joke about her. China tries to discredit female Uyghur witnesses by releasing private sexual health data. Can you choose which COVID-19 vaccine you get? Golfers wear incredible tribute to Tiger Woods, he responds on Twitter. Texas electricity firm files for bankruptcy citing $1.8 billion grid operator bill. My son took his own life. Here's why you should stop saying committed suicide. Buckingham Palace gives an update on Prince Philip's condition. Fans say Al Pacino was sleeping in Golden Globes intro and they loved it. Madison Cawthorn lied about crash that partially paralyzed him, Hal says. France's former president Nicolas Sarkozy convicted of corruption, sentenced to jail. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. Driver crashes taking shooting victim to hospital. Baby found alive in trash can. Police using DNA to uncover over 30-year-old's murder. Elderly couple cannot book COVID-19 vaccine apps. Influencers spread messaging for Chauvin trial. Police deny serial killer rumor. Vehicle held for Malsancourt shooting victim. Black-owned hair salons provide safe haven. No dog left behind rescues stranded pups. 73-year-old woman dies after oxygen tank runs out. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, the New York Times. Navalny sent to notoriously harsh Russian prison. At this year's Golden Globes, you had to not be there. Prince Philip is moved to second hospital, raising concerns about his health. Coronavirus testing slumps in the U.S. The best and worst of the Golden Globes. Nicolas Sarkozy, ex-president of France, found guilty of corruption. Before Breonna Taylor and George Floyd, there was M. Waterbury. Thousands of farm workers are prioritized for the coronavirus vaccine. Police raid FC Barcelona and detain 4 people. Brazil is brilliant at vaccinations, so what went wrong this time? The following headlines are from the sixth most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. Katrina Pearson, Trump presidential campaign veteran, moves toward congressional bid in Texas. First test, the electric 2021 Chevrolet Bolt EV does some of the driving for you. Cuomo harassment allegation sickened me, de Blasio says. HBO's Alan V. Farrell unveils videos of Woody Allen's sexual claim made by Dylan Farrow. Putin critic Navalny reportedly transferred to completely lawless penal colony outside Moscow. Time's Up slams Hollywood Foreign Press Association's response to lack of diversity as not a solution. Paulo Costa pins loss to Israel Adesanya on too much wine, leg cramps. American Airlines responds to flight diversion after fight over racial slur, disturbing and unacceptable. Washington Post fact-checker forgets Biden's been president for the last month. Mexican president should call out Biden for creating new border crisis, Mark Morgan. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Monday, March 1st. The next headlines are from the seventh most popular news website, with 63 million estimated monthly unique visitors, CBS News. Watch, first look at Oprah's exclusive interview with Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. COVID bandit gives $200 tip to every single employee at Denver Steakhouse. The next headlines are from the eighth most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. World's biggest housing estate in the country built for World War I veterans turns 100. Ministers plead for missing Brazil variant patient to come forward. The beginning of the end, Canary Wharf chief says gradual return to desks will start from March 29. Xnet reporter Donald McNeil Jr. breaks his silence over use of N-word. Nurse, 60, uncovered her bigamist oil worker husband had been living secret life. A third of Tory voters would approve of Rishi replacing Boris as PM. Woke Lancaster students demand the Sugar House nightclub is renamed due to links to city slavery. Drivers are fined as they flock to beaches and beauty spots. Schools will reopen on March 8. No 10 refuses to delay restart despite Brazilian COVID fears. Guardian columnist Roy Greenslade resigns from his City University post. The following headlines are from the ninth most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is the Washington Post World News Feed. Biden's Saudi Arabia problem. China says it aims to vaccinate 40% of population by June. Online review platform Trustpilot chooses London for IPO. Hive updates, downtrend in new U.S. infection stalls, fueling concerns over virus variant spread. Meghan and Harry discuss Princess Diana, life as royals in upcoming Oprah interview. AP interview, Nepal worried about supply of COVID-19 vaccine. El Salvador's leader wins control of legislature in midterm vote, critics fear rising authoritarianism. Israel blames Iran for attack on freighter near the Persian Gulf. Former French President Nicolas Sarkozy found guilty of corruption and sentenced to at least 1 year in prison. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's U.S. news feed. Novak Djokovic equals Roger Federer's rec, Ort for weeks as world no one. Coronavirus live, stricter Czech lockdown amid world's worst cases rise, UK variant driving Poland's third wave. Trader Joe's employee says he was fired for requesting better COVID protections. House progressives urge Biden to overrule parliamentarian on $15 minimum wage, live. Khashoggi was killed in cold blood, yet Biden refuses to hold culprits accountable. Mohammed Botsi. Global stocks bounce back, UK and US factories suffer supply chain woes, business live. Prince Philip moves hospital 2 weeks after admission. Aung San Suu Kyi faces 4 charges as Myanmar junta cracks down on dissent. There was this incredible life, telling the true story of the notorious Big T.I. and Tiny, 4 women accusing couple of assault seek investigation. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. Ambulance employee arrested in string of Molotov cocktail attacks, police. Kentucky man reported missing at Grand Canyon. Flooding in Kentucky sparks rescues, evacuations for seniors. Biden to meet with Mexican president amid migration issues. Girl dies after being caned during exorcism. U.S. probing engine fires in nearly 1.9 M Toyota RAV4 SUVs. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. Barcelona, Catalan police make 4 arrests over financial issues at Spanish club. Kazakhs, Ivory Coast and Ghana begin mass COVID vaccination rollouts. Sarkozy, former French president sentenced to jail for corruption. Peru forced sterilizations case reaches key stage. CPAC, what Trump supporters fear most from President Biden. Myanmar coup, Aung San Suu Kyi appears in court to face fresh charges. Coronavirus, the misleading claims about an Indian remedy. Nigeria school abductions, why children are being targeted. Netanyahu blames Iran for blast on Israeli-owned ship in Gulf of Oman. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala makes history at WTO. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. George Floyd's brother joins protest anthem project. U.S. has a record daily increase of variant cases, Florida lags in vaccinations of oldest residents, latest COVID-19 updates. Showbiz minute, Globes winners, Globes fashion, Prince Harry. On this day, March 1, 2005. Andre Day, I'm going to eat everything. Rosamund Pike, Jane Fonda, more, react to Globe wins. The Crown star Emma Corrin moved by Harry support. Chloe Zhao, we need to be more compassionate to ourselves. Gillian Anderson, Prince Harry is fairly well qualified to judge the Crown. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. LAUSD to receive enough staff vaccines to reopen elementary schools, union talks continue. This tiny California city has been rocked by corruption scandals, will charges bring change? Vaccine rollout for farm workers is fraught with confusion and bad timing. Column, how did a home built for Japanese American seniors become the state's deadliest nursing facility? LA County teachers, some essential workers eligible for vaccine starting Monday. Saturday Night Live pokes fun at Newsom, Cuomo in spoof vaccine game show. Santa Monica COVID-19 memorial event is part of a push for a national day of mourning. Earthquake, 3.6 quake recorded near Porterville, California. Column, why not use pandemic-emptied buildings as homeless shelters? One woman is trying. Energy company to breed endangered California condors to replace birds killed by turbine blades. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Monday, March 1st, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More from other news sources is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. Crowd in Mexico stops gay couple from being arrested as they chant "I'm gay" to it cops. 9-year-old girl dies after being caned during exorcism in Sri Lanka. Former French President Nicolas Sarkozy sentenced to 3 years for corruption. Finland declares state of emergency as COVID-19 cases rise. Tokyo asks China to stop anal swab tests for COVID-19 on Japanese citizens. Antarctic iceberg larger than New York City breaks off ice shelf. Inferior women, China counters Uyghur criticism with explicit PR attacks. 2 in 3 Russians believe coronavirus is a bioweapon, poll. Bangladeshi writer, detained over social media posts, dies in jail. This is historic. Malaysian man wins appeal against Islamic gay sex charge. LGBT rights. Europeans get right to repair for some electrical goods. UK Supreme Court says Uber drivers are not independent contractors. Khashoggi's fiancé says Saudi crown prince should be punished without delay. Fossil fuel cars make hundreds of times more waste than electric cars. China appears to be behind power blackout in Mumbai around time of border dispute in October 2020. The next headlines are from Forbes. Why Macklemore transformed a newfound love of golf into a golf lifestyle brand. Verizon, Riot Games expand partnership with League of Legends, Valorant ahead of mid-season Iceland events. Instagram adds new group live stream feature amid growing pressure from Clubhouse. Sydney polls remaining Kraken cases thrown out by Supreme Court. Barcelona's ex-president Josep Maria Bartomeu has been arrested days before club elections. Grills are back, and Steelers Juju Smith-Schuster is taking a bite. MLB National League West preview, LA Dodgers are the favorites, but wild card berth up for grabs. Justice League, Falcon, Winter Soldier, Hawkeye, Superman, March is a massive superhero month. French former President Nicolas Sarkozy sentenced to prison, but his legal troubles aren't over yet. Monthly 10 most urgent list spotlights female journalists ahead of International Women's Day. The next headlines are from Nature.com. How to get started in quantum computing. Publisher correction, chromothripsis drives the evolution of gene amplification in cancer. We'll meet again, scientists' post-pandemic wish list. My race against time to capture the sounds of ancient rainforests. Warming impairs trophic transfer efficiency in a long-term field experiment. The World Population Update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,689,229,432 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. Motown Records elevates Ethiopia Heptamariam to chairman and CEO. Taylor Swift takes on Netflix over deeply sexist joke in Ginny and Georgia. California tax credits go to Coen Brothers and Steven Soderbergh projects. London screenings takes off as global TV distributors defy pandemic year. Morfydd Clark loves Armando Iannucci's ending in David Copperfield. Jason Derulo signs with Atlantic Records exclusive. Mark Anthony, J.C. Acosta to host MIP TV keynote, Global Bulletin. Judas and the Black Messiah counters decades of lies about Black Panthers. Hungarian broadcaster RTL Klub boards Cold War spy drama ballad on Brigade exclusive. 3 black film actors win Golden Globes for the first time since 2007. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. Former French President Sarkozy found guilty of corruption, sentenced to jail. Hard to explain, Tiger Woods thanks golfers for wearing red in his honor on Sunday. Coronavirus world map, we've now passed the 100 million mark for infections. How severe is your state's coronavirus outbreak? How is the COVID-19 vaccination campaign going in your state? Texas Energy Co-op files for bankruptcy after storm, high bill. Biden backs Amazon warehouse workers union drive. Disinformation fuels distrust and even violence at all levels of government. How fast are oceans rising? The answer may be in century-old shipping logs. For some black students, remote learning has offered a chance to thrive. The following headlines are from The Week. America is seeing a huge improvement in vaccine shipments. Most awkward awards show ever. Trump describes rally before deadly Capitol riot as a love fest. The Daily Business Briefing, March 1, 2021. 10 things you need to know today, March 1, 2021. Trump is back. Did anyone miss him? What is opinion journalism? Viet Thanh Nguyen recommends 6 books that interrogate commitment. Trump still has the Republican Party by the throat. The following headlines are from the Texas Observer. A Texas city had a bold new climate plan, until a gas company got involved. The next headlines are from Universe Today. Phobos and Deimos, 2 moons, from one source. This is what rolling blackouts look like from space. Perseverance seen from space by ESA's ExoMars orbiter. ESA is working on a mission to explore caves on the moon. Parker Solar Probe captured images of Venus on its way to the Sun. A review of Extraterrestrial by Professor Avi Loeb. Dust particles in the Martian atmosphere can create static electricity, but not enough to endanger the rovers. These are the news headlines for today, Monday, March 1st. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the 3rd most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. March 2021 Guide to the Bright Planets. Moon, Star Spica on Mara 1, 2021. World's oldest DNA sheds light on mammoth evolution. What is a quasar? Perseverance saw its own descent stage crash. Zodiacal light is a glowing pyramid after dark. The next news is from Politico. Why state legislatures are still very white and very male. Russia's coronavirus vaccine makes inroads in disputed territories. The vaccines that could stop COVID-19. Former French President Nicolas Sarkozy sentenced to jail in corruption trial. Biden's first 100 days. Duckworth urges Biden admin to release intel on Russian bounties. The Republican trying to bridge the Trump-Pence divide. Biden's bubble risk, a reckoning in markets as the economy recovers. Biden won't release White House virtual visitor logs. Census data snafu upends 2022 elections. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. Split from royal life unbelievably tough, Prince Harry says. 4th executive jailed in Britain over an AOL bribery scandal. Former French President Sarkozy convicted of corruption, sentenced to prison. From the archives, 1994, Mafia linked to letter bomb. Prince Philip transferred to second hospital for heart tests. Solomon Lew's Just Group investigated over JobKeeper. Appster creditors want justice after report finds very concerning conduct. Wrong skin tragedy, death, drugs and violence in a divided town. No excuse for knee-jerk reactions, business calls for borders to open in line with vaccine rollout. Victoria's rapid rise in renewables to slash prices, threaten coal. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. The Moneyest, my wife has homeschooled our son and our best friend's son since September due to COVID-19. Is it too late to bring up money? The Moneyest, my brother owes $10,000 to our late father's estate. There's no loan agreement and I'm executor. How should I approach repayment? Keywords, Hyatt Hotels condemns abhorrent hate symbols and disrespectful CPAC guests following conservative conference. Teachers were already leaving the profession due to stress, then COVID-19 hit. Encore, has COVID-19 really affected life expectancy? The big move, I have nearly $600,000 in student debt after getting 4 college degrees. Can I still buy a home? The Moneyest, as the market nosedived last year, my older brother advised me to sell. I lost $80,000. How can I ever forgive him? The big move, I'm thinking of buying a home directly from the seller. He says I have to pay him a commission. Is that true? The Moneyest, my fiancé wants me off the deed and mortgage to our new home. If I don't agree, he says we'll stay engaged forever. The big move, I'm planning to retire soon. Should we sell our home while prices are high, and rent for 2 years? Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. Belden unit sues CommScope for cable splitter patent royalties, Bloomberg Law. The National Academy of Inventors announces top-ranked IP curriculum course, PR Newswire. Medical breakthroughs propel psilocybin closer to legalization, PR Newswire UK. Balanced body sets new standard in the traditional Pilates med workout, unveiling precisely designed contrology folding mat, Business Wire. Embark on your first invention journey with support from InventHelp, Programming Insider. Opposite the editorial page, here's the key decision that paved the way for development of COVID vaccines, CNBC. Vietnam to amend IP law for the third time to harmonize national interests with international requirements, Lexology. AI patent trends in the U.S. Patent Office, is the U.S. losing its lead, intellectual property, United States, Mondac News alerts. How to successfully obtain blockchain patents, intellectual property, United States, Mondac News alerts. Elida.net to create a new subsidiary in Dubai, USA, English USA, PR Newswire. The next headlines are from Quartz. COVID-19 vaccines face a trust gap against some traditional African remedies. Hong Kong activists are charged with inciting, procuring, inducing, causing democracy. Stimulus heads to Senate, Golden Globes, a very slow escape. Mukesh Ambani goes back to the future with his latest investment in a pod taxi tech company. How will the COVID-19 vaccination drive for India's elderly work? Why India's central bank has no faith in cryptocurrencies. A new rule is about to make PPP loans more generous for businesses without employees. African entertainment startups had their best ever year in 2020. Africa's biggest air polluter is now battling sewage flows into a major water source. Entertainment startup stars, variant-proof vaccines, Nigeria's COVID burnout. The following headlines are from TechDirt. AT&T appears committed to being comically hypocritical on Section 230. Funniest most insightful comments of the week at TechDirt. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. Oscars 2021. Chivas. Jennifer Lopez. Women's History Month. March. Sarah Paulson. Andra Day. Anya Taylor-Joy. Jodie Foster. Jason Sudeikis. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. Latvia for the Latvians. Baltic nations president says it will be true ethnic homeland by 2030, despite fact 1 in 4 are Russians. Quarantine hotel in Toronto accused of running out of food and water as guests let loose on staff, videos. I don't want the vaccine. Jamaican running champ Yohan Blake insists he would rather miss the Olympics than take COVID-19 jab. Russia's wealthiest official, local Sakhalin politician Dmitry Pashov, arrested over links to Crab King murder and smuggling cases. Finland declares state of emergency over COVID-19 cases surge. Syria and Russia accuse U.S. of funneling supplies on pretext of humanitarian aid to militants in war-ravaged Middle Eastern nation. Scientists discover thousands of previously unknown virus species in a human gut. Virus reduces fitness of former COVID-19 patients aged 45 to level of 80-year-olds, Israeli researchers discover. White House refuses to release virtual visit logs, claims they are like phone records, as watchdogs urge transparency from Biden. He'll be gone in the spring. Belarusian opposition figurehead Tikhanovskaya says Lukashenko will be removed from office in 2021. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. Goldman exodus accelerates, head of asset management suddenly quits, going to Tiger Global. Flipping the bird, squad Democrats demand a firing of a Senate parliamentarian over min wage mess. ECB stuns markets by slowing pandemic purchases amid job-owning panic. Gab hacked, group promises gold mine of info on militias, neo-Nazis, QAnon. Manufacturing surveys signal stagflationary threat amid record supply chain delays. Tens of thousands of bot accounts helped fuel the GameStop chaos, analysis finds. Key events this busy week: payrolls, PMIs and barrage of Fed talking heads. Rabo, comfortably numb and number. It's gonna disrupt the FK out of big tech. Crypto roars back as Citi sees imminent tipping point in global trade. Former French President Nicolas Sarkozy sentenced to prison in humiliating corruption conviction. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. Trump's immense grip on GOP, even as some backers look forward. Ghana President Akufo-Addo receives world's first free COVID jab. UN rights experts urge international probe of Navalny poisoning. Warren and fellow progressives propose ultra-millionaire tax. Turkey's economy grew by 1.8% in 2020, avoiding COVID contraction. China not ready to clear Boeing 737 MAX for flight. Hopeful, WTO's first woman and first African chief starts work. COVID-19, UK hunts for mystery carrier of Brazil variant. France, Sarkozy found guilty of corruption, sentenced to prison. Fauci urges Americans to accept any of 3 COVID vaccines. The next headlines are from Breitbart. Argentina, thousands protest socialists secretly vaccinating government VIPs. Nolte, Tina Fey lead about Golden Globes not being political. Report, Katrina Pearson plans congressional run, vies for Trump's endorsement. Former French President Nicolas Sarkozy jailed on corruption charge, first in modern French history. Nancy Pelosi decides Andrew Cuomo's sexual harassment allegations are credible. Exclusive, Todd Rokita, GOP attorneys general call on Joe Biden to withdraw Vanita Gupta's nomination. Pope Francis warns of second great flood from global warming. Cornerstone of our democracy, UK government plots to extend protest restrictions after the lockdown. Prince Harry tells Oprah of unbelievably tough exit from royal life. Andrew Cuomo truly sorry if words, actions were misinterpreted. The following headlines are from Earth Files, updates on Earth and astronomical mysteries. Part 2, Weird UFO passed over two different airliners above 30,000 feet 3 years ago on February 24, 2018. Part 1, Cylindrical cruise missile-looking UFO reported in close encounter by American Airlines pilot over New Mexico. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. Puppy gets tooth pulled at the dentist, and adorably smiles for the camera. Scientists use novel ink with calcium to 3D print bone with living cells. Scientists achieve breakthrough, talking with lucid dreamers in their sleep, and there's now an app for that. Surfer reunited with his board by Good Samaritans 400 miles away, a month after it floated out to sea. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Monday, March 1st. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. Scientists identify over 140,000 virus species in the human gut, and most are unknown. TikTok users are using secret hashtags to discuss self-harm on the platform. Woman goes blind after getting her eyes tattooed black. Cemetery worker buried alive in New York grave mishap. This Palm Beach hotel has a book butler to curate your perfect literary escape. 2021 Golden Globes, the complete winners list and most memorable moments. Mystery surrounds a Tesco branch after scores of drivers said they were locked out of their cars when key fobs stopped working. Investigation ongoing. Florida golfer found drowned after searching for lost ball. Get your first free share on Free Trade, commission-free stock trading and investment app. R. Kelly gets COVID-19 vaccine. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. Instagram's new live rooms let you go live with 3 other people. Too bad you don't have any followers. Swappable batteries, will motorbikes succeed where electric cars failed? Goodbye, VPNs. Hello, decentralized private networks with the innovative HyperConnect Nano. How Twitter's battle with India is boosting its local rival, Q. Apple may release a 1 terabyte iPhone. Here's some juicy math on it. SMS marketing doesn't have to be invasive. 3 reasons why your business should use it. 30 kilograms of raw materials versus 17,000 liters of oil. EVs create far less waste than gas cars. Stunning new image of Venus reveals night glow on the planet's edge. How to always join a Zoom call on mute. Most ads you see are chosen by a reinforcement learning model. Here's how it works. The following headlines are from Science Daily. New skills of graphene, tunable lattice vibrations. Protein kinases significantly contribute to the immunodeficiency in HIV patients. Staying in the shade, how cells use molecular motors to avoid bright light. Wrasses dazzle, how fairy wrasses got their flamboyant colors. New treatment unlocks potential for baking raspberries. Rocket launches reveal water vapor effect in upper atmosphere. Climate change threatens European forests. Bottling the world's coldest plasma. How great was the Great Oxygenation Event? The right 5-a-day mix is 2 fruit and 3 vegetable servings for longer life. The next headlines are from Information Week. IT's new window of opportunity to tackle these top priorities. Do you know these 4 tricky cloud terms? This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Monday, March 1st from over 100 sources, to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. The left is out to devalue womanhood and manhood and destroy kids, Utah Rep. Burgess Owen says. The Salt Lake Tribune asked Utah state lawmakers how they're helping women. Here's what they said. The tension between border town police and Navajos is real, and these people are trying to change that. Utah's state parks are drawing record crowds despite the pandemic. See which ones top the list. Letter, transgender, gender expansive and intersex youth, know that you are valid and loved. COVID-19 forced Utah youth's Brooklyn James choose between sports. She decided to compete in both instead. A desert shootout spills into Utah, leaving one man dead and a sergeant facing charges. Beijing Olympics up in the air due to COVID-19, China's genocide of Uyghurs. The most bonkers stat in basketball, the Utah Jazz's triple-double drought. Deal on the table for naming rights to Real Salt Lake Stadium. The next headlines are from Slashdot, Tech News for Nerds. E3's 2021 live event has been cancelled. Go malware is now common, having been adopted by both apps and crime groups. Reddit CEO says platform doesn't plan to ban pornography. Biden expresses support for Amazon union vote in Alabama, make your voice heard. Asteroid dust found in crater closes case of dinosaur extinction. Bill Gates, Elon Musk both warn don't go too far with crypto speculation. Verizon support recommends turning off 5G to conserve battery life. A Terminator anime series is coming to Netflix. Boston Dynamics is selling its 70-pound robot dog to police departments. Bill Gates prefers more open nature of Android, regrets Microsoft's missing phone market. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. Mass COVID vaccination event in St. Louis County this Saturday. Appointments open at Gateway Convention Center's COVID vaccination site. Illinois high school girls basketball player reaches 1,000 career points despite season-ending injury. St. Louis County working with school districts on plan to vaccinate teachers. Live, White House COVID-19 team briefs public as J&J vaccine doses shipped to states. Prince Philip moved to another hospital to be treated for infection. Accident causes big delays on eastbound I-64/40 near Lindbergh. Edwardsville High School goes back to full-time in-person learning today. Absentee ballots still accepted ahead of Tuesday's primary election for St. Louis City Mayor. St. Louis officers shot at an ambush attack, no officers injured. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. Deal reached to get California children back in classrooms. Chase ends in shooting, 2 arrested. Teen girl hit by car while crossing street. Questions remain after student athletes return to the field. Shooting investigation closes road in Fallbrook. Restaurant workers among group newly eligible for vaccine. Golden Globes, 2021 winners. San Diego's Andra Day takes home Best Actress Golden Globe. Drone video shows aftermath of Del Mar Bluff collapse. Remains found during Mayan elite search determined to be animal bones. The next headlines are from spooknews.com. Accused got equipment for skimming ATM cards online. Canada's spy agency wants more power. How would that work? CBC News. Anti-black racism on campus. Are banks doing enough to prevent wire fraud? CBC's Marketplace cheat sheet. CBC News. Brexiters buy KGB artifacts from Museum of Communist Terror. Mick Herron's novels to star Gary Oldman on TV. Hacked. Israeli company engaged by Jamaica targeted by cyber crooks. The challenge of being gay and an MI6 spy. The following headlines are from Defense Blog. Russian Army receives new batch of upgraded T-19 tanks. South Korea to showcase its new fighter jet in April. Top 5 Best-looking modern fighter jets. Russian military helicopter crashes in Syria. British tanks to receive next-generation camouflage. UK Aeroborne Prom starts assembly of new Iroquois utility helicopter. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Monday, March 1st, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. Deal reached. CA lawmakers push to reopen schools soon. Wolf track near Yosemite Park for first time in 100 years. U.S. investigates engine fires in over 1 million Toyota RAV4S. Biological sisters separated by adoption find each other by chance while working. Shooting victim found dead near Concord Shopping Center. Here's what's coming to Netflix in March. These are some of the first high schools reopening in Bay Area. Video shows boys terrifying fall while doing construction. Girl funding her brain surgeries with lemonade stand gets nationwide support. Semi-truck stolen in Novato with donated bikes destined for Africa. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. Stocks climb more than 2% as investors get back to buying. Danger or delight, uphill battle for Brazil's huge jackfruit. With pride and respect, Cynthia Erivo takes on Queen of Soul. Late night house fire gut single-side house. School leaders statewide say no to standardized tests this spring. How a 1-2 punch of snow and freezing cold created suburban sidewalk debacle. Better, News Nation relaunches tonight, but will anybody notice? What Arlington trustee candidates think should replace Arlington Park. How the small Highland Avenue Church in Elgin has thrived during the pandemic. The following headlines are from Seattle PI. 20 years ago today, 6.8 Nisqually earthquake rocked western Washington. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Drought is ongoing in Kazakhstan, Russia. Drought is ongoing in Bolivia, Brazil. Drought is ongoing in Iraq, Syria, Turkey. Drought is ongoing in Madagascar. Drought is ongoing in Angola, Congo, DRC, Namibia. Green alert for Tropical Cyclone 2321. Population affected by Category 1, 120 km per hour, wind speeds or higher is 0. Green alert for Tropical Cyclone Marian 21. Population affected by Category 1, 120 km per hour, wind speeds or higher is 0. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.8 m, depth 10 km, in Vanuatu February 28, 2021, 23:37 UTC, about 72,000 people within 100 kilometers. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.5 m, depth 10 km, in Vanuatu February 28, 2021, 20:37 UTC, no people within 100 kilometers. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.5 m, depth 9.65 km, in Peru February 28, 2021, 2:16 UTC, about 56,000 people within 100 kilometers. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Monday, March 1st in the Greenwich Mean Time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. Houston area man accused of recording sex acts with child relatives. Single mom with cancer in Houston told she has 3 months to live. Third stimulus check updates. What to expect from Senate COVID relief negotiations this week. 12-year-old Richmond student runs booming clothing company with dad. Doctor appears in Sacramento court video call while performing surgery. Showers and storms moving along and behind cool front. Junior livestock show kicks off at Rodeo Houston after last year's cancellation. Former Houston Texan Louis Nix found dead after reported missing. Former President Trump tells CPAC crowd the incredible journey is far from being over. Celebrate with birthday freebies in March. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. National slugger Juan Soto sits after fouling ball off foot. Texas power company seeks bankruptcy protection after storm. U.S. men's soccer to play Jamaica on March 25 in Austria. Mayoral candidates agree, St. Louis must tame the violence. Senate Democrats consider changes to House virus relief bill. With much respect, Cynthia Erivo takes on Queen of Soul. Julia Turshen's new cookbook gets very wonderfully personal. Tensions over vaccine equity pit rural against urban America. Ivory Coast begins its vaccination campaign with COVAX doses. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. Suspect arrested in quadruple stabbing in Sunset Park that left Good Samaritan dead. Early edition, are you even a real New Yorker if you're not covered head to toe in Zizmorcore? SNL recap, Nick Jonas sings his way through Saturday Night Live. Coalition calls on NYC leaders to kick cars off 25% of city streets. Pandemic-scarred restaurants and gig workers fight back against the delivery apps. Cuomo agrees to AG's demands for broad investigation powers and says he never intended to offend anyone. Extra, haunting COVID visualization shows how much opening a window helps. Cuomo's political playbook falters amid demands for truly independent investigation. Coronavirus statistics, tracking the epidemic in New York. Update, NY Attorney General seeks subpoena power to probe sexual harassment allegations against Cuomo. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. Next, info on a few earthquakes today from earthquaketoday.com. Light earthquake, M4.4 quake has struck near the Loyalty Islands. Light earthquake, 4.5 mag has occurred near Pelabuhan Ratu in Indonesia. Minor earthquake, 3.1 mag has occurred near White City in New Mexico. Minor earthquake, 3.4 mag has occurred near Stonewall Gap in Colorado. Moderate earthquake, 5.3 mag has occurred near Port Vila in Vanuatu. Light earthquake, 4.2 mag was detected near Equipisa in Italy. Minor earthquake, 3.5 mag strikes near Stanley in Idaho. Minor earthquake, 3.37 mag strikes near Boca de Yuma in Dominican Republic. Minor earthquake, 3.6 mag was detected near Haines in Alaska. Minor earthquake, 3.46 mag was detected near Punta Cana in Dominican Republic. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. End inequality and achieve sustainable development for all. A technology-based parasol of protection for victims of domestic abuse. How marginalized women in India bore an extra burden of COVID-19 shadow pandemic. International Women's Day, March 8, 2021 and LT, BR and GT, gender equality is our captain for sailing to a green and just recovery. To lead is to serve, a Pacific woman's perspective. The next headlines are from blacklistednews.com. Reasons why Bill Gates is now America's biggest farmland owner. UK to push at G7 for global standard on COVID-19 vaccine passports. Facebook posts backup virus reports linking COVID vaccines to injuries, including death. Swiss researchers develop wearable microchip that eliminates bodily privacy once and for all. Within a matter of months, the Fed's balance sheet will hit $8 trillion. These charts tell the rest of the story. The U.S. bombs Syria, again. Syria attack shows Joe Biden was telling the truth when he said America is back. FBI flips to bear spray narrative as individual singled out in Capitol officer's death. The COVID vaccine police state is here. Anti-vaxxer watch list and government police task force to keep track of anti-vaxxers' communications online as if they are terrorists. New evidence reveal FBI and NYPD involvement in assassination of Malcolm X. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. Prince Philip moved to specialized London Heart Hospital. Even more chaotic than usual, Globe still had their moments. Francis Sarkozy convicted of corruption, sentenced to jail. Cuomo acknowledges behavior seen as flirtation. Is Walmart closing every store this year? Did GM announce they would stop making gas-powered vehicles by 2035? Did a Virginia public school system cancel Dr. Seuss? Did a snake swallow an AK-47? Did Ilmaher, Meghan Kelly argue kids shouldn't be burdened with race issues? Some upset in Cyprus over satanic Eurovision song choice. The next headlines are from factcheck.org. A guide to Johnson & Johnson's COVID-19 vaccine. We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. XNY Times reporter finally speaks out, disputes student claims, calls himself Jackal circled by jackwalls. Warm up with this creamy pumpkin and butternut squash soup. Our favorite pans for searing, sautéing, and frying. Former French President Nicolas Sarkozy guilty of bribery, sentenced to prison. Prince Harry tells Oprah he left the royals because he feared Meghan Markle would suffer like Princess Diana. The off-the-shoulder top is back, and vaccine jab ready. These alt weeklies face total annihilation. Here's how they survived. The next COVID-19 nightmare for people of color is proving they got the shot. The only way forward is to drain the swamp and lock Trump and his gang up. Tortured by Al-Qaeda, he saw the same craziness in the Capitol rioters. The next headlines are from the New York Post. Upper West Side hoarder turns street into disgusting junkyard, residents say. Mets contract priorities now include Noah Syndergaard. Melissa Gorga responds to Joseph Wackheil's farm animals diss. Donald McNeil says he's not racist amid New York Times dismissal. Jamie Lee Curtis' sexy Golden Globes 2021 look has fans craving Activia. You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. Astrophysicist Neil deGrasse Tyson on aliens, supervolcanoes and other cosmic queries. Iceberg larger than New York City breaks off in Antarctica. CBS Weekend News, February 27, 2021. Spacewalkers start power system upgrade. What to expect as Johnson & Johnson vaccines start to roll out. Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear explains decision to vaccinate teachers first. U.S. hits grim COVID milestone amid new hope of third vaccine. FDA and CDC advisory panel approve third coronavirus vaccine for Americans. FDA approves one-shot Johnson & Johnson vaccine. Study, Pfizer vaccine reduces COVID-19 transmission after one dose. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. Sexual harassment is not funny, de Blasio shreds Cuomo explanation of conduct toward women staffers. FDA approves at-home COVID test. My heart is breaking, mom pleads for help after 13-year-old son goes missing in Philadelphia. New Reese's Peanut Butter Cups ditch chocolate shell for all peanut butter version. Trespasser arrested at Kim Kardashian's gated community, reportedly claimed to be married to her. Science professor fired after racist, homophobic, anti-Semitic tweets lead to outrage at Michigan University. Biden to meet with Mexican president on immigration reform, economy and COVID. Prince Philip transferred to another hospital to treat infection, pre-existing heart condition. Second suspect busted in shooting that left Georgia deputy in critical condition. Nearly 1,000 cows stranded at sea on Parai ship may be euthanized, report. The following headlines are from military.com. Army veteran to challenge QAnon promoting Congresswoman. Report, U.S. wasted billions on cars, buildings in Afghanistan. China said to speed up move to more survivable nuclear force. U.S. envoy in Kabul as questions over Afghanistan troop withdrawal swirl. Preliminary report, pilot reported engine issues before fatal plane crash in Wisconsin. Spacewalking astronauts prep station for new solar wings. Arrest warrant issued for suspect in slaying of Army veteran. U.S. gravely concerned over Tigray situation, Blinken. New Army vehicle to carry infantry being tested in Arizona. Air Force General, field this next-gen fighter in time to beat China. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. Chicago police officer dies in apparent suicide at North Side Police Station. Coronavirus in Illinois updates, here's what's happening Monday with COVID-19 in the Chicago area. 2 charged with fatally shooting teen in Marquette Park neighborhood after dispute while he visited apartment, police say. Watch live, Lightfoot, CPS Chief Jackson discuss return to classrooms. Daywatch, CPS opens schools to most students in a year, new 6 miles per hour speeding ticket rules begin and the big winners of the Golden Globes. Column, blind loyalty to the Reverend Michael Flegger could harm the black community. CPS opens its schools Monday to the most students since last March. Is it ready? Some principals say schools lack staff to resume in-person classes safely. Faced with rising crime and social upheaval, more black Chicagoans are seeking out firearms for their own protection. Irv Cross, the groundbreaking analyst on CBS The NFL Today by way of Northwestern and Hammond, Ind, dies at 81. Teenage girl among 2 killed in Gresham House fire, officials say, 4 others injured. The following headlines are from FIS.org. Global warming poses threat to food chains. New research highlights health risks to babies on the front line of climate change. Neanderthals had the capacity to perceive and produce human speech. High-performance electrocatalysts to propel development of direct ethanol fuel cells. Walking away from the beat, why police officers are voluntarily leaving in large numbers. New brine processor increases water recycling on International Space Station. Recycled cotton becomes new fabric. Science takes guesswork out of cheese production and reduces waste. Childhood exposure to diversity is best chance for community cohesion and immigration. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Monday, March 1st, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from Discover magazine. Life, the Universe, and Oumuamua. The invisibility of COVID-19. The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. German Social Democrats unveil program for September vote. Nonprofit leader takes over as National Spelling Bee chief. Sponsored, boost your brain power with old school puzzles and games. Sponsored, a beginner's guide to marijuana products and how to use them. The following headlines are from mercurynews.com. My AP Top 25 ballot, Gonzaga returns to the top after week of unprecedented carnage. Hilaria Baldwin spoke at the UN about being half Spanish. Pac-12 power ratings, key storylines for what should be a riveting final week. 5 TikTok, YouTube, Instagram food channels from Bay Area and beyond. 4 people arrested, 5 cars impounded during San Jose sideshow. Suspected East Bay sideshow driver facing reckless driving charges, additional arrests expected. Is there something wrong with an Emeryville cat that does it purr? Photos, Vickle at East Oakland's Concordia Park for slain father of 3 Reuben Lewis. Is this the end of single-family zoning in the Bay Area? 49ers draft bust Reuben Foster's career in limbo again after Washington tenure. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. Armenia's political tensions rise amid rival rallies. St. Louis County man accused of 28 sexual abuse counts. Snowboarder dies after hitting tree at Eldor Resort. About $500,000 in criminal assets forfeited in year's time. California governor, legislative leaders reach deal that could put most kids back in classrooms by T. Illinois company settles fraud claim involving contracts. The next headlines are from The Intercept. Ayanna Pressley and Ed Markey push to abolish qualified immunity. After Texas, Green New Deal advocates push rooftop solar, but will Biden fund it? A Syrian asylum seeker's case reframes migrant abuses as enforced disappearances. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Monday, March 1st, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from Eureka Alert. March/Discovery explores COVID-19 drug therapy 6 months later. Low-level thinning can help restore redwood forests without affecting stream temperatures. Paper addresses research needed to understand smoking and COVID-19. RUDN University professor suggested how to calculate the implant material's permeability. Preschoolers frequently using tablet or mobile cannot see the forest for the trees. Searching for novel targets for new antibiotics. Cybersecurity researchers build a better canary trap. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. Maryland continues its dominance over Northwestern. Loyola women fall to number 23 Missouri State. What returning to school looks like for CPS students today, live updates. Duo robs Naperville liquor store at gunpoint. Jodie Foster fulfills promise to thank Aaron Rodgers at Golden Globes. It's another back-to-school Monday for CPS. Chicago police officer dies of apparent suicide in Northside Station. Man charged with carjacking, battery after alleged assault of police officer. Dear Abby, my mom's spiritual study seems to be brainwashing her. Red Star's new investor group headlined by Olympic gold medalist Kendall Coyne Schofield. The feed from the Riverfront Times St. Louis has been removed for putting advertisements in its news RSS feed. St. Louis restaurant openings and closings February 2021. Hartman, Missouri AG's office is infested with politics, there's proof. We review the top female enhancement pills for your best sex in 2021. Best Kratom Tea, by Kratom Tea for sale. 5 best seed banks, best places to buy marijuana seeds online, Weed Seed Shops review. The next headlines are from Detroit Metro. Michigan lawmakers consider bill to allow bars to stay open until 4 a.m. Survey reveals anxieties about rising health care costs. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Monday, March 1st, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Houston Press. 4 thoughts on the continued Houston Texans 2021 roster purge. Fatherland breathes magic into the memoir play. Fat Mike on the particular brilliance of NOFX songs old and new. This week in Houston food events, Shake Shack's Southern Smoked Chicken Sandwich and our Tacolandia Taco Stop. QAnon isn't stupid, and it's dangerous to think they are. The next headlines are about world records making news. Largest cricket museum, world record set by the Blades of Glory Museum, World Record Academy. Novak Djokovic ties Roger Federer's tennis record for most weeks as ATP World Number 1, ESPN. Pep Guardiola says Man City world record bid is a challenge for his players, Manchester Evening News. Dubai bags world record for power generation facility, Khaleej Times. Highways construction touches record 33 kilometers a day, Gadkari, the Tribune India. Rolls-Royce powers up electric aircraft ahead of world record attempt, Aerospace Testing International. Jasmine Harrison delights in Atlantic Ocean world record row, CNN International. He started rowing 2 years ago, now Steve Chitkuti is aiming for a world record, Times of Malta. 10 hours, how UK Intertech set world record for flood claims payout, Business Cloud. Shahid Afridi stumps cricket world for 25 years, set to lose big international record, Republic TV. The next headlines are from Gizmodo, QAnon, Cult Talk, and Leaving It All Behind. California City becomes first in the US to ban new gas stations. Monday's best deals, Apple AirPods Pro, Google Pixel 4 or 5G, Switch Joy-Cons, Tautronics humidifiers, The Ordinary Peeling Solution, iPhone 12 MagSafe charger, and more. Lime expands fleet with new e-bike that uses the same battery pack as its scooters. Scientists have invented light-up all tattoos. Snap a RAV Power MagSafe charger onto your iPhone 12 for just $20. Why does music make us feel things? Updates from Godzilla vs. Kong, Cobra Kai, and more. The Moto G Power proves a $200 phone has its perks. How to switch from old Google Pay to new Google Pay, and why you need to. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Nadi in Fiji at 123.8 degrees Fahrenheit or 51 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was Vostok in Antarctica at minus 76.36 degrees Fahrenheit or minus 60.2 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. Humanitarian airship seeks world's most powerful hydrogen fuel cell. The 2008 moment when triumph turned to torment for SpaceX. Pure nonsense, debunking the latest attack on renewable energy. Action-packed meta-fantasy, space opera herald a bright future for Asian film. All the little things that add up to make iPadOS productivity a pain. Inside the stunning black mythos of Drixia and its Afrofuturist 90s techno. Clubhouse's security and privacy lag behind its explosive growth. FDA authorizes J&J COVID vaccine after unanimous vote, updated. The following headlines are from Raw Story. Republican Kristi Noem was a hit at CPAC 2021, then she bombed on Face the Nation. Delusion and craziness, former CPAC chairman disturbed, but not surprised, by this year's grotesque display. Trump CPAC warning shot leaves Republicans with little choice. QAnon congresswoman disavowed by her favorite gym for telling loathsome and dangerous lies. Bottom feeders are propping up crazy old Uncle Trump so they can cash in on him, ex-GOP lawmaker. Crock and Sidney Powell loses again as Supreme Court tosses a remaining attempt to overturn vote in Arizona and Wisconsin. We're not stupid, Maria Bartiromo blows up at Debbie Dingell with unhinged rant against COVID relief. Anti-maskers whine local Trader Joe's is a Nazi store after employees thwart their protest. France's former President Nicolas Sarkozy sentenced to prison in corruption trial. GOP lawmakers unhappy with Trump for dredging up stolen election claims and CPAC speech, report. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. Our school's fancy new air scrubbing device is really effective and safe. Sheryl Sandberg and top Facebook execs silenced an enemy of Turkey to prevent a hit to the company's business. Republicans are trying to kill what's left of the Voting Rights Act. 1 in 4 Black and Latino families were underwater even before the pandemic hit. Developers aim to halt local push toward climate-friendly building codes. Trump was a disaster for wildlife. Here are 5 things Biden's Interior Secretary can do to help. Trump just made it clear he's not going anywhere, and neither is the big lie. A GOP senator warns Republicans will keep losing if they idolize Trump. NY Governor Andrew Cuomo faces rising pressure to resign after a second woman accuses him of harassment. Dr. Anthony Fauci wouldn't hesitate to get the J&J vaccine. The next items are today's top search results for extraterrestrial life. Most life on Earth will be killed by lack of oxygen in a billion years, new scientist. American Idol Season 19 Episode 3 Recap, 3rd Audition Episode, Atlanta Journal-Constitution. March Stargazing, Looking for Life Beyond, Sierra Magazine. We have telescopes in space, rovers on other worlds, our search for alien life continues, First Post. Editorial, 3 Connections We Have to Mars, Roanoke Times. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Monday, March 1st, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Monday, March 1st, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. Fair use statement. True Strange News is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2021 by True Strange News. All rights reserved.